Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have two .308 calibered VEPR AK rifles out here with me. I brought these two rifles out here because I wanted to talk about the barrel length differences between these two VEPRs. Now, if you guys recall, I recently did a review of the 7.62 x 54R VEPR, which is identical to these two rifles, with the exception that it is 7.62 x 54R. I really liked that 7.62 x 54R VEPR, so I picked up these two .308s. Now, these two .308s are identical, with the exception that one, the one I'm holding here, has a 23-inch barrel. The other has a 27-inch barrel, which is the one I'm holding now. So this barrel is considerably longer. What I want to find out this afternoon is, does the 27-inch barrel make a difference over the 23-inch barrel in terms of accuracy performance at 100 yards? For my testing, I'm going to be using a 4-power Russian surplus scope. Now, don't laugh. These scopes, despite their rather cheap appearance, have very nice optics in them, and they hold zero quite well. I've had very good luck with these scopes. Let's get shooting. Here we are at 100 yards after firing 5 rounds of the 150 grain Wolf Gold ammo. This group measures 2.6 inches, and again it's 5 shots using the 27-inch barreled .308 VEPR. We're at 100 yards after firing 5 rounds of Federal Gold Medal match with a 168 grain match bullet. This group measures almost exactly 3 inches in spread, and that's out of the 27-inch barreled rifle. I'm not too impressed with that. The Federal Gold Medal match usually shoots well out of just about every rifle I've ever put it in. Not so with the VEPRs. They don't seem to like this Federal ammo as much as other rifles do. Let's take a look at some of the features of the .308 VEPR. If you recall my 7.62 x 54R review, which I'll post a link to below, I really like the rifles. The rifles are of exceptional quality. There's a few things that sets the VEPR apart from other AKs on the market. We'll talk a little bit about some of those features here in a minute. The .308 version of the VEPR does differ from the 7.62 x 54R VEPR in a couple of minor ways. First of all, you'll notice that it has a one-piece dust cover. The 54R version has a Saiga 12 gauge style retractable piece here that has to, that's there basically so the bolt has enough room to come all the way back to pick up that much larger round. This has just a standard AK top cover. Also, you'll notice that this rifle fires from a double stack box magazine. The 54R fires from a single stack magazine. High capacity magazines will be available in the future for the VEPR .308 rifles. Right now it comes with either a 5-round magazine or a 10-round magazine, and these do come with the rifle when you buy it. The .308, other than that, is pretty much identical to the 7.62 x 54R variant. Now, this one has the 27-inch barrel. You'll notice that it has RPK-style rear sights, which are adjustable for windage and elevation. Out on the end of the 27-inch barrel, we have a standard AK front sight, which is adjustable for elevation and windage as well. And this rifle, unlike my 54R, has a threaded barrel. It has a muzzle nut that's pinned in place. You can pop that pin out. You'll have to drill the pin out. And then you can unscrew that muzzle nut, and it does have the detent for AK muzzle accessories, so you can just screw on a standard AK muzzle device. The rifle features beautiful Russian walnut stocks. Absolutely gorgeous stocks on this rifle. Also, the VEPRs differ from standard AKs in that their barrels are a little bit thicker, cold hammer forged, and chrome lined. Disassembly of the VEPR is just like any other AK. You pop the top cover off, take the recoil spring out, pull the bolt and carrier to the rear, rotate the bolt out of the carrier, and the rifle is stripped. Inside you'll find a receiver that's 1.5 millimeters thick. It's about a half a millimeter thick than your standard AK receiver. Also, another feature of the VEPR is the fact that it has an RPK style receiver. It has a reinforcement here. You'll see a bulge that you don't see on standard AK rifles. It's a feature that was found in the RPK machine gun. Reassembly of the rifle is just the reverse of what we just did. You put the bolt back in the carrier, pop it into the receiver, put your recoil spring back in, Put your top cover on, and you're back in business. We're at 100 yards, firing 5 rounds of the Wolf Gold ammo with a 150 grain soft point bullet out of the 23-inch barreled VEPR. The group that I have here, this 5-shot group, is 2.7 inches. If you'll recall, the 27-inch barreled VEPR shot 2.6 inches, so the performance between the two barrel-length rifles is pretty much the same with this ammunition. When you get your brand new VEPR, it'll come in a box that looks just like this one. When you open up your box, inside you'll find your VEPR wrapped in wax paper. Also inside the box you'll find 2 magazines, a 10-round and a 5-round magazine, and a standard AK cleaning kit. These rifles come in 3 different variants. They come in a 20-inch barrel, a 23-inch barrel, and a 27-inch barrel variant. The rifles can be had for right around $800 for the 20 and 23-inch barreled versions, and $929 for the 27-inch barreled versions from places like Atlantic Firearms. We're at 100 yards after firing 5 rounds of Federal Gold Medal match, which again is the 168 grain Match King bullet. 3 1/4 inches is the group that I just printed with the 23-inch barreled VEPR. Again, the VEPR, even with the 23-inch barrel, doesn't seem to favor the Federal Gold Medal match ammo, which again I find to be a little bit odd. This ammo usually shoots pretty good out of any .308 rifle I put it in, but the VEPRs both don't seem to favor the ammo. We've been shooting the 2 .308 VEPRs, one with a 23-inch barrel and one with a 27-inch barrel out here today, with a couple of different types of ammo. We've been shooting this Wolf Gold, and we've been shooting the Federal Gold Medal match. Both rifles are performing about the same. The Wolf Gold is turning in the best groups at just a little over 2.5 inches. So I'm going to take a few shots now with the 147 grain standard Wolf performance ammunition steel cased ammo out of the rifle here, just to see how it stacks up in terms of performance against the Wolf Gold and the Federal Gold Medal match. We're back out at 100 yards after firing 5 rounds of 145 grain Wolf 308 steel cased ammo out of the 23-inch barreled VEPR. This group is 2.1 inches. That's a 5-shot group. This steel cased Wolf has consistently turned in better groups than the Wolf Gold or even the Federal Gold Medal match. The Federal Gold Medal match giving the worst performance. I'm actually pretty impressed. I don't know why that's occurring, but it is consistent. I find it to be pretty interesting. Okay guys, some final thoughts on the 308 VEPR rifles. Well, what did we learn out here today? We learned that the 23-inch barreled 308 VEPR shoots just as good as the 27-inch barreled rifle. The only real difference between the two rifles, performance-wise, is the fact that the 27-inch barreled rifle has a longer sight radius. The sights are further apart. If you're shooting iron sights, that should give you slightly better performance accuracy-wise. Other than that, the two rifles perform nearly identically. We also learned that both of the rifles like the 145 grain steel cased Wolf ammunition. The Federal Gold Medal match didn't shoot very well in the rifle, so save your money. Buy regular steel cased 145 grain ammo and the rifles will shoot 2-inch groups fairly consistently at 100 yards. The rifles overall exhibit typical VEPR quality. I do like the rifles. I think these are some of the highest quality AKs on the market. They have some of the nicest wood furniture you'll find, but also you can find conversion kits for these rifles now where you can put standard AK stock sets on them if you so desire. I do think these stocks are gorgeous though. If you guys have any questions about these VEPR rifles, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/militaryarms. Thanks everybody for watching, thanks for the subs, and we'll talk to you guys soon.